Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you are in the entire parts of the world. JSP African Pearl, rice growing in Uganda. Today, I'm taking you through rice growing. And for this video, is going to be purposely on seedbed preparation or rising up of rice seedlings in a nursery bed. So, from here, I'm going to move direct to the nursery bed where I tried to organize 2 weeks back. I'm going to show you how it is doing. I'm going to tell you what you need to have, how you need to play with it to come up with the seedlings that you can later transplant to the mother, to the seed bed or the main garden. So follow us as we are taking you to that exact place. You will enjoy, you will like it. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying now the shower. And I'll first apologize to you. I'm uploading this video with this cap. Why? It is now too cold. The weather is cold. That's why I've covered my head. Now, when you're doing agriculture, you don't do only one thing. Here I got a raised ground and I planted my sugar canes. These sugar canes, they're going to give me money. In case I make a loss in rice, I can compensate with the sugar cane. Or even if I want to eat, I'm hungry during the time of weeding, during the time of hoe sowing, during the time of planting, I just come and break one sugar cane and I call it a day. And eat my sugar cane. I think you can see what we always do. You come here where you're managing the rice you're eating your sugar cane. You don't need to feel hungry when you have all this big land. So this is a raised place in the swamp where we chose to plant a small garden to put some sugar canes. But hey, don't forget that this video is purposely for rice seedbed raising. Now, this is the nursery bed. This is the nursery bed that we are preparing. We are preparing these seedlings to move from here within a week ahead. And I think you can see the beds, the main garden. We are trying to break the main garden. We are preparing it. Very soon it's going to receive these seedlings. But now, what do you need to know? What do you need to know about setting up a nursery bed for rice? It's just a matter of raising some soil. Then you prepare it well, you remove everything, you soften it. Then after preparing that small portion in your garden, you raise it. After raising, you go and get the seeds of rice, depending on the variety that you want to plant. But remember, I told you, in lowlands, we plant pad rice, which needs water. But upland rice, we don't need that one. We use upland rice, and in uplands, we don't prepare nursery beds. Nursery bed is prepared for that type of rice that is grown in the swampy areas. On upland, we just do sowing. And now, how do I prepare rice to come up with this nursery bed? One, you just get your seedling, you soak it. You put in water, you soak it in maybe a cavella, then you leave there for just 48 hours. It will bring out those aerial stuffs. It will germinate. That's the other way. That's how we can explain it. They will germinate and point up, but don't make it to overstay in the soak pit. Because if it overstays, it will bring out the roots, and they hold each other. You will not be in position to sow it. So now, after those 48 hours, you will be forced to bring that rice now to the nursery bed that you have prepared. What you do when you reach at the nursery bed with that rice of yours for 48 hours, you just spread it on top of the bed. You just spread it on top of the bed, or in another way, you can say sowing. You will sow it on the bed. Then after sowing, I want you to mark me here. There are different ways of planting that rice in the nursery bed. There is a way you plant it in lines. That is the modern way, the simplest way for easy management. And again, another person will just sow it everywhere and not find a line. With that one of sowing is the one I'm now showing you. This one, it is not in lines. It was just sowed. It was spread on the bed. Then we have things which can destroy it during that time. So now to control that, because now when you sow, you don't just leave that rice on top. You need to cover that rice to avoid other things which can destroy them. Like now, if you left it on top of the bed, the birds will come and eat it. And if it's not birds, you may find that where your garden or your bed is located, there are rats, or the neighbors have not cleared their land and it is bushy. It has those rats. The rats will come and eat your rice. So now, what you need to do here, because the soaked rice will only take like 3 to 4 days to be out of the nursery to start germinating. So now what you need to do, after sowing on top of it, you cover it with soil. As I told you earlier, that it can prevent these birds to see the rice which is sown. And later, that rice will germinate. Then, if it germinates, still you need to do some management. Don't allow grass to grow near the nursery bed, because we can move. Because if you leave, I was still telling you that you, after sowing that rice in the garden, now the exercise has begun. You don't need to relax. You don't need to relax, because if you relax, you can still make losses from the nursery. This small young rice can be eaten by rats, can be eaten by other pests which feed on grains. So what you need to do here is to keep monitoring your garden Then, if you see that the pests have come, you can go and buy pesticides. You come and spray to chase them away. But now the best knowledge is to make your garden smart, is to make your nursery smart. Like here in this water or waterlogged area, you can make trenches around the small garden, your small nursery, which can cut off rats. Because I know rat cannot pass in water. When it sees water, it will not reach the what? The garden. That's in case when we are dealing in organic production. Because with organic production, we don't need to use chemicals in production. So you use that technical knowledge, you make a trench of water surrounding your nursery bed, just cut off pests like rats. Now, with these other pests, still, you can use weeding. Make sure that your garden is clean. There is not any kind of weed which can harbor the what? The pests. Also, you can plant other things which can chase away the pests, because we have those plants which can chase away, which have bad smell, that can chase away some other pests that would eat this rice. But here the most dangerous pest here on rice is on rat. So what you need is to make sure there is no weeds. You make that trench, make water surround it so that you can control them. Then, if you see that the rice is not green, is not healthy, you can still apply some fertilizers. You can apply the NPK fertilizer. Yes, it can also help you to boost, but rice is self-sustained. That's why I was telling you in the other video that we don't use chemicals to grow our rice here in eastern Uganda. This is so interesting. This is so interesting. Now, I know one would ask me, how long does this rice take in the nursery bed? This one is a simple question with simple answers. I told you, for the rice to grow from its day of sowing to the day of harvest, it needs only 3 weeks. The one you're seeing here is for 2 weeks. Cameraman, you can show them. Go down, show them its size. The rice you're seeing here, it is for 2 weeks. In the 3rd week, I will be uprooting it to the main garden. And now when we are uprooting, we use a knife or we use a panga. You scoop down, then you cut a portion. When you take in the garden, planting is simple. You just place one by one. You place one by one, going behind, going behind, going behind. One person can do that work, can do an acre. Just one person can plant an acre if you give him 3 days. But now here, when it comes to that time and you have a big garden, you need to hire people who can do it. We have those professional boys who have skills, who have experience, who can do it faster for you. So in case you're there and you need such people, I'm here to connect you to them. I always tag my number. Against the videos on that channel. Just contact me on that number. You say, I need those boys who can plant for me rice. They are there. And they are simple, energetic, young boys. Trustworthy. I will just offer them to you, just at a cheaper cost, because they need support. They need money. And that's what makes them to perform their task. But they are so professional. Now, what else can I talk about rice in a nursery bed. I think I will not talk much. What I've told you, it's enough about raising a nursery bed. Maybe one will ask me, how many basins of rice did you use on all that nursery bed? This is something like, I used only one basin here. One basin can plant for you an acre. Just one basin can plant for you an acre. Because when we are planting these rice seedlings, we use spacing. We don't just use it, but maybe where you need to use much seeds it is during that method of sowing. I told you here we don't use sowing in these raw lands of eastern Uganda. Why? We have enough water. The place is having water. That kind of sowing is done in areas that do not have enough water. For them, they just wait for rainy season. They prepare their gardens during dry season. Then after preparing, they wait for rains. When the rain is starting, they know their seasons. They will just come and sow their rice. They sow their rice. But for us here, we don't have that. But it's also a method that you can use. Here we just transplant and take to the main garden. We plant one by one. I know one would say it is so tiresome and so hectic, but we are used, and if you know what you're doing, nothing can be impossible. We have experience. We have done this several years. We have done this. We have many laborers who can offer that service. So that's all about the nursery bed. I think you can see the management is simple. You just keep on supervising your garden. Supervise your garden. Every day be there. Because this is money. What you're seeing here, tomorrow it can give you millions and millions of money. So this is your job. Some of us, we don't have jobs. This is our job. Farming is our job. It's our source of income. That's where we get money for our schools, school fees. That's where we get money to buy paraffin. This is where we get money to eat Christmas. Being a festival season, as a rice farmer, I already have my 20 kilograms in my house. I don't need to buy rice. We have rice in plenty and we cater for festival season because rice is the best food that everyone wants or everyone uses during the celebration days. When you're celebrating something or you're celebrating anything, rice, then plus atapa, plus meat, the visitor will go while laughing. Say, really, I have had a good visit. So, what else can I tell you about this? Maybe other things. I told you the management, weeding, then make sure you control pests. You can either use pesticides if you are not on organic farming, but if you are on organic farming, remember when you are dealing on large scale, always use organic farming because you will get buyers, or you may get buyers from abroad, from outside, who can give you good money. But remember, people don't like things which are raised up with fertilizers, with chemicals. People fear the negative effects of chemicals and they like organic. So for us, if you're doing organic rice, you people who like organic stuff, why don't you come and give us money? because we are having a challenge of market with rice. We have a lot of challenge. In fact, I'm going to produce or to release a video about the challenges of rice. And you'll see that one of the challenges is market. Market is going to be among them. I will elaborate it more about market. And really, you'll understand and you'll say yes. But here we have organic rice. Why don't you come and support us? Why don't you order? Why don't you order for these boys to come and do for you work and you give them money so that they can also survive? They are well trained. They don't have government jobs. This is their work, so they have experience. They are going to do for you wonders. If you're around, you're within, and you have a big garden, you want to plant rice, call for them. They are going to prepare for you. They know how to set beds. They know how to prepare this rice for nursery. They know everything. They know how to plant. They know how to harvest. They know to scare away birds. They have skills in that because that's their work. Otherwise, I want to say bye-bye to you, but we are going to upload another video about I think this video is going to talk about challenges of rice. And also, we need to show you the harvesting methods that we are using to do here in Eastern Uganda. Stay tuned. Just be African Pearl. I'm here in Kiboko, Buseta Sub-County, Buseta Village. My number is there. If you need our service, call us. We are ready. We are coming. I wish you a Merry Christmas, good festival season. I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, I'm a believer, but I do also like or love my Muslim people because I have Muslim relatives. I have the Muslim community as part of us. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Woo! Yes, me.